What's up, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? Yours truly, the voice, Mr. Sadwafare, the DL Marshall, and yet it is time again for yet another Chiefs talk about another Chiefs victory. And man, how well did we do? How well didn't we do? That's why it's the afterthought, because you know hindsight is 20/20 vision. I don't know what's going on behind me with all that carrying on, going like a there and like a that, but we're gonna make sure that we get it straight. But man, we're gonna get into today's game summary and recap with my man, the bishop of the afterthought, Mr. Billy Bird. How's it going, Billy?
What's up, man? God bless you, brother.
Hey, you called it, bro. You called it. You called it. You said that Travis Kelce would jump back on track this week. So hey, what do you think of the Chiefs' effort? I'll get into some of the things that I said we had to do last week, this week. And then we will make sure we go ahead and get on that. Let's see. Mooney was, that was from last week, I think. All right, go ahead, bro. What do you think?
Man, it was again another one of those games. Started out as a night, not a night, but as a what we would say, a nail biter.
Yeah.
Started, and then the second half, I believe we kind of got some things in touch. One of the things that I'm and I'm not concerned on it, man, but it's something that we really got to. Our main man, Patty Melt, Mahomes, needs to get straightened out, man. He's thrown a interception, man, on pretty much every game that we played on. Thus far, man. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to slow down on that. Overall, man, I'm not concerned. I was happy to see our good friend Travis Swift, Kelce in the building. We was happy to see him.
How you gonna give that man that woman's name, man? Oh man. Well, I look at it like this, Bill, and for the moment it looks like Billy has frozen up in mid-laugh. Just in case none of you have ever been to one of our comedy shows, that's how I have you laughing. I just have you stuck. You be laughing so hard you stuck. Well, if you go into it, you guys can join us in the comment. If this is your first time ever joining the Afterthought show, Chiefs Kingdom post-game show, then you can correspond with us. You can talk with us in the chat. We generally have Mr. Marvin, the doctor, the sports guru, the bishop, Billy Bird, the guru. I said Marvin, and a host of others. But the Kansas City Chiefs, man, Patrick Mahomes again starts off slow, throws an interception. Carson Steele, man, he fumbles the ball, and I believe this is his second fumble in a 2 or 3 week stance. And that's kind of where I want to go and start with this week with that. Carson Steele is showing us why, and this is no knock to the young man, because I think he's going to fit well with the Chiefs, but Carson Steele is showing us why he was an undrafted free agent, why he had to fight to make the team. He had flashes in the pan, but I think to ask him to fill in for a Clyde Edwards-Helaire and then fill in for a Isaiah Pacheco and even over Samaje Perine and even start him over a Kareem Hunt. As you can see, a Kareem Hunt just joining the team gave you more momentum, gave you more control, gave you more ground or ball security than the youngster in Steele. And I just say this, yeah, he was an undrafted free agent for a reason. That's too much pressure to put on any rookie to come in and solidify a run game in the midst of a three-peat run. And when you watch him, yeah, he can get away with his style of running 2, 3, maybe carries, and then Isaiah takes about 6 or 7 carries, and then you turn around, see Samaje Perine for 1 or 2, and then you put him back into the offense, then yes, some of the tendencies that he has to expose the ball doesn't get exposed. But when you are looking at the fact, let me move this out of our way. But when you're looking at the fact that he is now being asked to be an every down back, and he carries the ball loosely when he gets sideways. And a lot of times when you going through that hole, you come through here and then you slide to miss a direct hit that you can get them hips open and take off. And a lot of times he relaxes the ball in the cradle of his arms. And one thing, welcome back, Billy. One thing about Andy Reid that he's not going to put up with, and the Chiefs are not going to put up with, is you laying the ball down on the ground. And again, those are tendencies that doesn't get exposed when you still have Isaiah Pacheco. Those are things that don't get exposed if you're still running behind Clyde Edwards-Helaire, if you're still running behind Samaje Perine, if you're still running behind Kareem Hunt. So I would not, all you Carson Steele fans that was on the Carson Steele for president bandwagon, don't get upset, don't get hysterical, but he is now going to start carrying the ball as he should and as he would have if we had a healthy running back room. And Kareem Hunt, Billy, looked spectacular. Looked the way that I expected him to look. He didn't really get used up in Cleveland because they had Nick Chubbs.
Exactly.
And so for him to feel comfortable, for Andy Reid to call the plays that were familiar with him before he left, as he learns the plays that they've added, man, that makes Kansas City look that much more scary. Because when you take the pressure off of Steele and we no longer putting the ball on the ground, now on third downs, because you even saw on the 1/3 down that Patrick stepped up, but he's telling Carson Steele, go up, go up. And then he had to throw the ball, and Carson was still stuck to the sideline. No, you got to go up and find that bubble, and you got to sit, catch, and go. What do you think as far as with Carson Steele's performance on the day?
You was on the money. You dialed right in. And again, what he's going to have to do, just like you just said, is he's going to have to come in with some of the, even though he's a running back, he might have to come in with some of the receivers sometimes on certain things, just so that he can get used to doing some of the things like the Kelce's and some of them, because they have a thing that they're used to doing. And so, and they're familiar. And so even if it's not all the way on, Kelce knows how to run back. And I know he's new, but some of that too, when he's pointing, he's trying to get you to, he's directing you like, hey, I need you, so you got to know that language, understand the language. So he might have to come out to the little classes that they're doing with, and I hope that he's doing okay as well as our receiver that went down. Rasheed Rice. But
I'm kind of scared that he may be out for the year.
Man. I hated to even think about it, man. But when Andy said that one thing, it don't look good, I was like, whoo, it's ugly.
And when he threw that towel over his face as he got carted off,
that's that football, Yeah.
First of all, when he first hit the ground and he grabbed the knee immediately, that normally says MCL.
Yeah.
ACL, MCL.
MCL, one of the other. Yeah.
Yep. And then when you turn around and you call for the cart after not being able to put any pressure on it, you're like, oh. But when that towel goes over the face, Billy, man, that them are tears. And a lot of times it's not tear from pain. It's tears from you coming face to face with the reality that football has mortality rates and you just became a statistic. So maybe now we look a lot closer to what I said. And I know Marvin kind of laughed at me a little bit. I think Aaron laughed at me a little bit. Looks like OBJ could be.
I'm not a fan.
It could be one though. It could be one option though, but
Ronnie Cooper, man. Yeah, I'll take a Ronnie Cooper, man. Somebody
he's not free.
Oh, okay.
Then. He's not free. OBJ is open and available. Hey guys, say hello to Billy. Say hello to myself. Say what's up. Give us your thoughts. Give us what you think about the game that just finished to push the Chiefs to 4-0 after week 4 on our quest to the 3-peat. Put in the comments, put in the chats how you think, how you feel. I want to say congratulations, Billy, to Alicia Webb, who was our winner last week on guessing the score. So we got to get her out a Quick Trip gift card to her. So Alicia Webb, if you're watching, congratulations. If not, you gotta come on in and redeem it so that we can give it to you. So we won't hold it forever. This is week one. But all right, we talked about Carson still being asked to do a bit much for what you would normally ask any rookie, especially one that has been undrafted. Then we talked about the injury to Rashid Rice, which now we're without Hollywood Brown, so with the shoulder. We're without Rashid Rice, looks like a knee. We're without Isaiah Pacheco, fibula. So we're looking at the Kansas City Chiefs being very, very injury ridden. The only positive of that is that possibly because it's so early in the year, we can get those guys back. Want to switch over in the parking lot and say congratulations to the Kansas City Royals, who have once again made our October blue, as they have solidified their spot into this year's playoff spot. So congratulations to Salvi and the Kansas City Royals, as we will find out on Tuesday, I believe it is, if we are playing the I almost said Packers. If we're playing the Baltimore Orioles or if we're playing the Houston Rockets. So congratulations to the Kansas City Royals. We're back across the parking lot into One Arrowhead Drive. We want to make sure that we're sticking in on some of the things. What do you guys feel about the Rashid Rice injury? Are you nervous? Are you in panic mode? Are you guys feeling as though, we're in trouble? Do you feel like we need to go out and get another receiver? Or do you feel as though we have someone that can keep us going in our very own receiver room? The fact that I'm asking the OBJ question lets you know how I particularly feel about our receiver room. We're going to pull Billy Bird up one more again. I told you it was you, not me.
Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on, man, but and I usually I don't hardly ever have any issues on my stuff, man, but something's going on in the studio.
Yeah, that's what happens when you pick it up from Temu instead of Amazon.
You know what? No, I got this from DH Gate.
Oh, okay.
It's the same, it's in the same family. AliExpress. I got
Swap meet.
Yeah, wherever. You know what I'm saying? 63rd. Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with it, but anyway, yeah, fill me in, bro.
So what we were getting at, I didn't stir too far from when you left. So now you're looking at, we could be down Hollywood Brown, your number 2 receiver. You could be down, looks like we will be down Rashid Rice, your number 1 receiver. So now your number 1 option becomes number 87, Travis Kelce again. But Xavier Worthy stepped up in place of Rice. Now, you remember last week I said, and I think I got a little pushback, but I said that why we keep running Sky Moore out on the field as a receiver, getting receiver reps, I don't understand. I even saw Sky Moore in one package where he was supposed to block, and the lineman, I think it was the tackle, he just shoved this man and then hit the other guy to give Patrick a lane because he already knew Sky Moore was not going to be adequate at the blocking. I think at this point, man, you cut your losses. You cut your losses, because if he runs a route this crisp and gets separations, even when the ball, which it did today, hits him in the hands, he can't secure it. But you got the rookie Xavier Worthy, 62 yards through the air. He's got his his forearm being pulled down. His legs got tripped up, but his concentration still brings the ball in. That's how I know that Sky Moore's issues is between his ears. What do you feel as though moving forward that the Chiefs realistically need to do with that wide receiver positioning to make sure we don't find ourselves having the dropsies like we did last year? Because that becomes contagious. One man drops, then the next man's dropping, and the next man's dropping, because you're trying to overcompensate for the one that's dropping. Now everybody's dropping.
Well, I don't know how much you can do. They're professionals. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what they are paid to be professionals. And so I'm quite sure as a coach, there's a few things that you can go over. But the main thing is with you as the player is consistently. I don't know if they do that on their own, but you got to have your drills on your own. Catch the ball, have the ball thrown at you crazy. On the edges, on the edge when you right there on the at the end zone, when you on the back part of the end zone, when you're about to go out of bounds, those catches, all of those things, you need to take time out to catch the ball. Have drills where somebody's on you and they're pulling down on your arm and you're holding the ball. That's the only thing that I can do, because everything else, you've went to college, you played high school, you did everything. You're playing pro ball. Catch the ball. That's your job. You're paying millions of dollars to catch the ball.
Yeah. Everything that you just mentioned goes on in drills, goes on in practice.
Yeah.
They're hitting you. They're bumping you. They're getting you used to contact. The ball hits you dead in your gloves.
Your gloves, where you're supposed to catch it.
Right there, right where you want it.
Yeah, you don't catch it in your chest. You don't catch it on your face. You know what I'm saying? In your hands.
Yeah. And you know what? If it takes you catching it against your helmet, against your shoestrings, against your stomach, just catch the ball. Catch the ball, man. And there's no way that you can get an Xavier Worthy that came in after you and being more productive. There's no way that you can get a Rashid Rice that came in after you and being way more productive. There's no way Watson, who has been down on the practice squad and worked his way back up, is being more productive than you. When I saw that they resorted to lining, which I mentioned, I wonder how long it was going to take, to lining up Mecole Hardman as now a receiver, that speaks volumes to a Sky Moore. You're going in the wrong direction in the depth chart. If you lose your number one receiver and you are the third or fourth receiver, because you would have had Rashid Rice, Hollywood Brown, then Hollywood goes down. So you would have Rashid Rice, you would have had Xavier Worthy, you would have had Travis Kelce, and then you would have had Sky Moore, then Watson. So now it looks like Rashid Rice goes down. Hopefully not for the season, but it looks like Rashid Rice goes down. And you get the first pass after Rashid Rice goes down, and you show no growth from last year. You come on the field doing the exact same thing that got you benched last year. My patience is null. It's null. I don't have any for you. You are a first-round pick or second-round pick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Top pick in receivers. You got all the tools in the world. We put you back as punt returners. You lost that job once we had to go back and get Mecole Hardman, because guess what? You kept fumbling the ball.
Yeah.
You couldn't catch the ball off the foot. You can't catch the ball off the hand. So it's apparent you can't catch the ball. So, yeah, that's my frustration. Let's stop giving opportunities to folks that's wasting opportunities. We got a goal, and our goal is to be the first in NFL history to win 3 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah, back to back.
And we're 4-0. And the fact that you had the opportunity today that you haven't had since last season before the playoffs, and you come in and you do not make best of that. That's terrible. That's terrible. And as soon as they moved away from him, guess what the offense did? It clicked.
Yep.
Let's jump to the other side of the ball, Billy.
Yep.
Let's jump to the other side of the ball. Let's talk about the defense, man. Defense earning that money all year long, but today they earned that money.
Yeah.
I don't think they give up even 10 points. But remember, we haven't given up more than 21 points going back to about week 8 last year. But I don't even think we give up the 10 points if Patrick Mahomes doesn't throw the interception and Carson Steele doesn't fumble the ball. I don't even think they give up the 10 points. Kudos job to Spagnuolo. Chris Jones looked like a grown man amongst little boys. Tranquil, George, all of those guys, man. Geez, all across the front. It didn't even look like Mike Danner was out.
Yeah. Hey, and I 32, I ain't even got to say his name. Still doing it. Even when you don't hear his name, he's doing his thing, man.
Yep.
He's doing his thing, you know.
He's doing better in the coverage.
Yeah.
Or it's either one of two things. He's either doing better in the coverage or they're doing better covering him in coverage. But sniffing out that run, there's nobody in the NFL better right now.
Yeah.
Bouncing them east to west, left. They're running backs very seldom are getting their shoulders turned up. Chris Jones is able to go out, get his breathers, come back in, and pick up where he left off. Justin Hubert, he still fought hard. He warred today. He did a lot better than what I thought he would have.
He did really good, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
really. I'm talking about really good, because I thought he was going to get tore back. You know what I'm saying? Considering, but that brother did really well, man. Considering.
This is the team, Billy, that I figured in the AFC West would rival the Chiefs to win the West, and now we find ourselves 2 games or better of all our opponents in the AFC West. We are 4 games up of everybody in the AFC. I got to check to see what Buffalo did. But Buffalo is the only team that is stride for stride with us, vying for that first place or that number 1 seeding for the playoffs. We have not yet. This is the best we've looked this year, but we've played what was arguably our best in week 1, beat them. We see that arguably coming into the season in week 2, we beat who we thought was one of the top 3 to rival us for the number 1 spot. Then we turn around and we beat the Atlanta Falcons, and then we come into our division and we beat who has been picked for years upon years to be the quarterback to rival Patrick Mahomes in AFC West, the team to rival our throne, which in the Chargers, which is a good team. They were hurt. They were injury ridden, but we were as well. But for them to come in and explode instead of implode. But what I will say, those 10 gifted points, and I got to call it what it is. They took advantage of the turnovers, which you're supposed to do. But those gifted points, after those 10 gifted points, Kansas City proceeded to come in, lock in, and score 17 unanswered points.
Yeah.
That's playoff mode. And that's a dangerous place for teams to see Kansas City, for Patrick Mahomes to throw an interception in every game and still throw bombs and still come out with victories. What do you think about the defense, man, and all that they accomplished today?
Man, defense, man. I mean, there's no doubt that I didn't think. I mean, you know what I'm saying, they've been doing what they're supposed to do since from last year. They've come out, man. You can tell they're gelling together. Yeah. They wasn't wore down because they didn't have the opportunity to get wore down. But again, you said a key thing. It gave their leader, Chris, an opportunity to rest, because when he's out there, I'll say when he's out there, and I'll even say when and I don't know why I can't get his name 32 in my head.
Nick
Bolton, Missouri. It just flew past me. But anyway, those are our 2 guys. I feel like secondary, when he's in, and you got Chris in the front, I feel like those are leaders that can kind of, they're the ones that point things out and tell you how to flow. And so when they can get rest, when Chris can get rest and he can get back in and do what he does, man, we're unstoppable, man. And we're not even all the way full in right now. You know, we're not even striving right now. We're getting things and they're throwing stuff at us, but we're not there yet. I feel like, again, I would say maybe the 7th, almost like half of the season, 7th game, I feel like they'll be kind of really starting to spark on some things. But they're looking good, man. I'm excited for them. And I feel like, man, it's only up from here.
Lord, I hope it don't take that long, even though that's 3 weeks away. But listen. Let me tell you why I say 7 weeks. The reason why I say that is because there are. You mean week 7? Week 7. Or 7 more weeks? Week 7. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, week 7. Week 7. And the only reason I said that they're doing what they do. I give it that half because I know that even with Spag, I know that even Andy, they're looking at them to be sparking at a certain. They got a goal. Like, I need y'all to be looking like this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because right now, offense is not sparking as much as we thought. So in that
By the time 7 week, and I'm saying I'm giving them till that time. I'm not saying that's when it's going to do it. I just feel like by the time then, I feel like they'll be cohesive, in what they're doing. And I feel like that's when we'll really be able to really see them. And I feel like the more that they do what they do and they encourage and people are talking about it, that is, you already know, that esteems you even the more. You know what I'm saying, when you're going out there. So,
I said last week, Billy, that the reason why I kind of bridled my frustration with the Chiefs, and my frustration was more so with Patrick Mahomes, is because if we can see it, I know Pat sees it every day, but this is primarily who our Chiefs are. We keep having nostalgic view of the offense when the Cheetah was here. That was magic, and it's hard to catch lightning in the bottle. It's twice. It's hard, and so now that when we got those toys, we've never got a chance to see those toys together. Hollywood Brown won't play this year, more than likely. It don't look like Rashid Rice is going to play again. But with Rashid Rice, Patrick was able to pop him once in a game. Pause. He was able to connect with. He was able to connect with Worthy deep. So the plays are there, but we can't be with the mindset of we got to force things downfield. Our game, to be honest, is that you chuck it down, you catch Rice, now probably Watson coming across, you hook and curl, catch Travis Kelce island down. Then you might take a couple of shots to let them know that you still will. Then you hand that ball off to Pacheco when he gets back, Kareem Hunt, P. Ryan, Clyde Edwards-Helaire when he gets back. Still, when you show teams that you can do whatever you want to do when you want to do, that over the top is going to come. And you can best believe teams are like, I don't know when it's coming, but I know it's coming. It's like walking through a haunted house, Billy. You know how it is. You walk through the haunted house. I ain't scared. I ain't jumping. And you walk through and don't nothing happen. And all of a sudden, bah, something catch you off guard. That's what the Chiefs have become. Hey, what's up, Tammy D. Taylor? What's up, Rwanda Hooker? She said, my brothers, 4-0. Yes. Yeah. For us to be 4-0, Billy, do you feel we are fortunate, or do you just feel as though we where we are supposed to be?
Now, we've done what we're supposed to do to win. I mean, just plain and simple. We can go back and and that's on any team. We can find all the things to say why we shouldn't, or why we could have, or why we didn't, and why we are where we are. But the deal is, man, we played at least well enough to win. And that's it's plain and simple. We've done what we're supposed to do. Do we want to do better? Yes. Should we do better? Yes. But right now, we're winning. And that's the most important. When you look at any record, it don't say, well, you won by 2, or the only reason why you win. It don't have that on front of no trophy. Only reason why you won. It says you win and you don't get a trophy because you lose. Right. So the whole thing is if it's ugly, whatever it is, we as fans want to see it better. We as fans want to see that great run, or the reception, or that great thing. But when it's all reality sets in, we need a win. That's it.
Definitely.
Definitely. And that's what we're doing. So when you ask that question, I just feel like, we are where we are. Or there's some few gimmies here and there. It could be, but we won the game.
And when I look at gimmies, what I look at gimmies is if something or a call happens to become favorable, are you capitalizing on the mistakes of the other team? Are you converting those into points? Which today, that's what San Diego did. They converted. They took advantage of our mistakes. Gratefully, our defense showed them that the only way you scored on us was because we had turnovers. So that should be pointed against the offense. But now that you're facing us, no, man, we're not bending. And again, Billy, I brought that point up and that question to ask you is because this is the Chiefs more than the Chiefs of 2019.
Right.
More than the Chiefs of 2020 or 2021. This is the team that is sustainable, because this is the team now that if you give an athlete, a receiver, a tight end, D-back, a linebacker, a lineman, if you give them an opportunity to learn, what it is they're supposed to do, more so than learning a playbook, then you will have favorable results. And that's the reason why we're having the results right now that we're having, is because this is our team. It's not the flash, it's not the dash. See, Kansas City's not used to having a rough and tough defense to go along with that rough and tough offense.
Yeah.
In the 90s with Derek Thomas and them, they didn't have offense.
It's one or the other. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So grades, offensive line. Man, I'm so ready to find a replacement for Taylor.
I was about to put my head down, man. I was about to just drop down on some of the dumbness, man.
I'm so ready to get rid of Taylor. I mean, he's the best for what we need right now, but he's not the best that we can get. And really, I hope this is his last season with the Chiefs, because for you to get pushed back the way you get pushed back with having such a head start majority of the snaps, and you already know that if they call you one flag on the false start, they're going to be watching you. Yep. Just wait, man. And a lot of times I'm noticing when Taylor gets that quick step to get back, that first step, they're fast enough to engage him while he's going back, and they're using his momentum to push him right into Patrick Mahomes. I know that Aaron sent me something in the chat that was showing statistically that Taylor fared well in the NFL, but man, my eyes are always seeing him on skates. My eyes are always seeing him reaching. Now, when you talk about running, blocking,
he's good.
Oh, he gets that push.
He's good. Yeah,
he gets that push. But I would say the offensive line up front gets a C+ to the B. Yeah. And I would have gave it up front to B. I'm gonna give the whole offensive line a C+ because the play of Taylor is becoming inexcusable. The mental fatigues and the brain farts is becoming inexcusable. And so as a unit, I'm going to give them a C+. Our defensive line, I'm gonna give them a B. Our defensive backs, I'm gonna give them a B+. The reason why I'm not gonna give them an A, Watson dropped that doggone interception that would have been a pick six.
Yeah, we have not been good. We've had at least 3, maybe 4 of balls that should have been caught from different. From Bolton to, a lot of those guys have not caught the ball. I mean, the ball's been in their hands, like, and you can hear the commentators, hey, should have been caught,
That's why he's a D-back.
Yeah, and they say that all the time, but come on, man.
Yeah. I was a D-back and I was catching everything. Maybe that's why I play receiver as well, too. Yeah, but if you guys are watching us, thank you so much for watching us. If you're a return viewer, put in returner. If this is your first time, put in first time. And we want to thank you for joining in. We want to say we appreciate you coming back. And we want to say we appreciate you stopping in for the first time. Please don't let this be your last time, as we're trying to grow the Chiefs Kingdom one post game at a time. And so far, these post game shows have been easy to do. They're very easily could have been the other way around on every game we've played this year. But thankfully, good teams find a way to win, and great teams find a way to win consistently, overcoming obstacles, overcoming mistakes. Like Andy Reid said at halftime, most of our wounds are self-inflicted. So if we can quit hurting ourselves, I think we can clean this game up and come out and win. And that's what they did. Second half, they put up a goose egg against the Chargers, Hubert's and them offense, and things look smooth. That doggone Kareem Hunt, man, he carved up that defense. And P-Ryan, Samaje P-Ryan, everybody's talking about Billy that he he's good on third down. I remember that kid from Cincinnati before he went to Denver. Man, he was running all through the Chiefs, man. Hey, Tamika, how you doing? What would you say going across from running back? Oh, yeah, that running back gets an A for me. I forgot the running backs. Running backs get A's. Receivers, I'm gonna say receivers about a C. Just a flat C. Well, I was gonna say a D until Worthy caught that pass.
I'm gonna give. Well, let's just start. Let's start with the offense. line. When I look at them, I'll go with you on a C. I ain't even giving them a C plus. I'm giving them a C.
Okay.
Patrick's running too much, man. He's
Yeah.
still running too much. I don't mind him running to get yards, just to get out. I just feel like he's having to move too much in the backfield. I don't think that they're holding. Now he does hold the ball longer than any quarterback in the league, but I just feel like he still have to move.
He's uncomfortable.
He's uncomfortable in where he's at.
Yeah.
So that's why I give him that grade. I don't even have to talk about Taylor. We've already talked about it, man. It works my nerve. And so I'll say that on them. When we look at, I'm gonna keep it all offense right now. And when I go to we look at the running backs. I give the running backs, man. I give them a B plus, almost an A, because they did everything that they were supposed to do. I mean, they got in, man. They ran hard, even in spite of Steele fumbling the ball. It happens. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. And I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying it happens. They'll get him tightened up. He's going to be okay. And if he doesn't, then we'll know that too. But before that, man, he's still I'm still considering him as a great running back. He's a force to reckon with when he's in, because he knows how to hit them holes and he runs hard. Pause. But I need to make sure that he that what I'm saying, that we understand that he does what he does. Man, when Hunt came in, Hunt did his thing. P. Ryan came in and did what he was supposed to do. Man, they close to an A on my side.
That's the difference between veterans and a rookie. And like I said, I think the Chiefs did a disservice to Steele by asking him to do something that I don't think he was equipped to do.
Yeah, they was running him too much. I mean, they was doing too much with him. So I feel like he's in and out. They'll put it on him. Even Kareem can help, because as a character reference, or a person that's a veteran will be a good person to talk to him and keep him in. And we go back to Kareem. I don't know if you remember, Kareem had a couple, at first he did real well. Then he had a couple, of dropsies, right towards the end. So it happens, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, going to the receivers, I give the receivers, I almost give them an A, man. I'm a little different, man, than where you are. And the reason why I say that is because beyond, there was a couple of drops, but mainly most of the guys, man, from Travis to Gray to Worthy to whoever that was going for the ball, even when Rice was there, I'm just saying, most of them, they caught the balls. Caught the balls, and we do know that also with Patrick, even though he's great in what he does, he can throw the ball a little off here and off, where you got to still kind of reach to grab. But these guys, I feel like they did what they're supposed to do when they were able to, because it was more of a running game than a throwing game, towards the end anyway. So anyway, and then going to defense, I give defense a B plus.
And see, I give now if we do a complete defense, the complete defense, I'm gonna give an A. All because they shut out the Chargers in the whole second half.
I give him that.
Yeah, they shut them out the whole second half. The reason why I said that with the receiving corp is because, as you said, the drop from Sky Moore, poor route running, even not getting separation with Noah Gray. There's a couple of passes Noah Gray should have held on to. So as a receiving core, it's getting better, but it's still a C to me. But I can see where you would give them that. And I am having the blues over here with this light. But now we looking on to a Monday night football game with a Saints team against a Saints team that started off hot. They've dropped their last two. They've, I believe, lost to, was it Dallas? And they lost to Atlanta today. Two tough losses. It's not like they got ramshacked or anything. But now they come into Kansas City and they got to take on the champs. Now, here's the deal. We can't get in a hole with this offense because their quarterback has normally had success against us in Derek Carr when he was with the Raiders.
Yep, he has.
That is a playoff team. That is a team that is vying to win their division. So you can't get a playoff-driven team opportunities to come in and beat you, and you think everything is going to be copacetically a-okay.
Yep. They're gonna give us a run anyway, because every team right now, we are the team to beat. We are the champions. So they're going to give us a run. They're a good team anyway, but they're going to give us a run anyway because of who we are. So we have to remember that every team, I don't care if they had 0, I don't care if they 0-7, you know, in the league.
Right.
They play against us, they're going to give us their best.
Their best shot. That's right. Especially a division team.
Yeah, especially a division team. But when we out there, we just got to play them. We should never go into a place looking at it as we already won. Even though I know our whole mentality is we got to win. It should be we're going to win, but not it's won. You know what I'm saying? So that you go through the formality, you know, like you got to make sure that when we out here, we got to play hard. It ain't just done, you know. And so I feel like I know they're going to give us their best. And like you said, Derek Carr. Oh, his brother David. I remember his brother played too. Derek, he gives us a run every time when he was with the Raiders. Yeah.
So I guess Travis Kelce put to bed all those haters that said he was out of shape.
Yeah.
And that Taylor Swift wasn't at the game, so he wasn't playing well. He wasn't playing himself. I did see that he is still wearing the Officer Kelce mustache. I did see a little bit of growth on the face. Hopefully he's getting ready to get the Travis beard back. But to see him hit in stride by Patrick, to see him just being what we kind of got comfortable seeing Kelce be, lets me know that we're gearing towards the right direction. And who knows, man, maybe all along they were saying we're going to get these young guys to week 4 to show what their positioning is going to be in the offense, and then we'll know who is going to complement Travis. So that could be very well it as well. Who knows? It's the Chiefs. It's the magic of having Mahomes, and I'm happy to be 4-0 on this quest, man, to try and get to a 3-peat. Hey, let's see. Let's go to the chat. Tamika Turner said, I don't know nothing about football, but y'all make it interesting. So, hey, we'll keep hanging out. And like we said, we have stories for you guys and all that. And y'all stick around because last week I had a truth or a lie story for you guys. I got another one for this week. So y'all make sure y'all stick around. Share this, tell some friends, get on in. If you are a Chiefs fan, come on in. Let's celebrate our Chiefs being 4-0. If you're not a Chiefs fan, come on in. If you don't like football at all, if you don't know nothing about football, be like Tamika. Shoot, come on in and listen to the interesting stuff that we're talking about and become a fan. And Tamika, even though you may not know nothing about football, look here. If it is in any way an opportunity for you to become a Chiefs fan, we welcome you. We welcome you. If a Chiefs fan, if Chiefs fan is gonna make it interesting, you may as well go on and cheer for the Chiefs, huh?
That's it.
All right, Billy. At what moment did you say, all right, the Chiefs got this?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'll say this. In the beginning, I would say the first to the third quarter, I was like, oh man, this is one of these crazy ones. I would say when we got to the fourth quarter, we was going into the second half. I was good. Even before they even started playing and doing what they was doing, I can tell that they were not going to let this team beat them. I want to say this too, because we didn't talk about it. Also, Kelce also put on, he actually today, he ended up getting Tony Gonzalez record. Yeah. Something we can talk about. Which is a great thing to have because Tony Gonzalez was considered one of the best tight ends in the league.
And his time, he was the best. Him and Gates of San Diego, as a matter of fact.
Tony, yes. So to see what they did and to watch, like I said, from the third quarter forward, I was good. After the fourth quarter, going into the next, I was like, when I seen that we was able to handle that and go back over, I was like, "Are we good? We good to go?" I feel like once, okay, second quarter. I mean, not second quarter. I'm sorry, second half, first quarter. I knew when we kept them, when we stopped them, that's when I really knew it's on. You know what I'm saying? You know, I feel like, man, it's time, and so we was able to score and keep them the rest of the time. We were good to go. So, like I said, defense has not stopped doing what they was doing. It's just we just want to get our offense. And one of the things that I wanted to hit on, I know you were saying, y'all, this is just who we are. I'll take us 3/4 of that, and I'll say this. Now we do have Hunt, which makes a difference. If he can just run like he does, even when our man comes back. But I'm just saying, but right now, with him running without Pacheco, if he's running, if he rhymes in there because they both are good with catching as well. If we have Worthy, he's in. Because one thing that we know is nobody can mess with him running when he does the cross route. Like he runs across, can't nobody run with him. You know what I'm saying? And they can't run directly. They can't run straight down the field with him. But my thing is
scared of him on that crossing route because he got to put on some weight.
Well, and it's true. But who can run with him?
Well, if you run in the cross, one of them linebackers ain't got to run with you. All they got to do is be waiting.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if they did what they did earlier, when they did the fake, and then
in around.
You know, and man, we good. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that they can use him in, even with the cross route. No, I'm just saying, even with the fake, I'm talking about what San Diego did to us. They did a fake, and they had their man run across.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was a great fake. They looked like he was throwing it over here, and he caught him on. If we do one of those, and they pull the safety off, because we got those, they got the two safeties off. You pull them safeties off, he gets past the D-back, it's over. You know what I'm saying? He's gone. So I just feel like if we can get him, we're missing a receiver, is what we're missing each time. So if we would have had Rice and and Worthy out there, it'd have been great. And with Travis, you know what I'm saying, and with Hunt, we almost feel like we had our boy back out there, you know what I'm saying, running across, you know what I'm saying? I mean, going out there with Hill. But where we are right now, I just feel like, not that I want our guys, not that I want us to lose our receivers or our running backs, but what it's doing is fueling us to, our players have to step up and play. So hopefully if we get any of those back, we get any of our players back in at a decent time of the year and they're back up and they're healthy, then we have a great team and we have a good support team.
Well, if you look at this offense, and the reason why I said it is what it is, not that we won't have those games, but right now Worthy is going to be a rookie all year long. So until his route running gets a little stronger, they're going to still look at him. And when I say they, other teams, defense is going to scheme him as a one-trick pony. They're going to scheme him. The only thing he's going to be able to do, because he can't get free, is loop around. That was Sky Moore's issue. He was unable, the inability to get separation, right? So now we got to look at today. You didn't see much from Juju Smith-Schuster.
No, at all.
Which is a weapon. We got to realize Juju is still learning the offense.
Yeah, getting back. Yeah.
Watson just continues to do what he does. And that's anytime Mahomes needs him, he's there. So when I'm starting to say we are who we are, meaning we know who we have and we know what we can get out of them. Now there's the maximum and then there is the minimum. And I don't think that there is much more we're going to get out of Sky Moore. I think he has shown us who he is. this is week 4. Would you trust Sky Moore running out, keep getting taking reps away from people that are progressing, and then all of a sudden you have to rely on a Sky Moore in the championship or the Super Bowl, or God forbid we don't get the #1 seed in one of the weeks, even if it's at home. We got to rely on Sky Moore to bring down a 3rd down and 4 or 5.
Andy sees something. Andy's seeing something in him because he must do great in practice. He must do real good in practice.
He really doesn't practice with the ones. You know what it is?
It's got to be something.
It's Juju is not a wide out. When Rashid Rice went down, he needs a wide out, right?
Right.
So he said, okay, we're going to give Sky Moore the opportunity over Mecole Hardman because we need Mecole Hardman back to get punts.
Yeah.
But the moment Sky showed the inability to catch a ball, who did we see out there in the wide out?
Oh, yeah. But they still ain't going to put.
How you doing? I feel Bozeman. She said, I'm with you on Sky Moore. Yeah, I mean, one thing that Kansas City has gotten better in, and just think about in Kansas City sports, Billy, in the last 10 years, we've seen 2 World Series and 4 Super Bowls. And one thing we started winning when we did this, we stopped making excuses for missing. And it's okay to miss. To miss or to error is human. So Sky Moore just ain't it. He just, I know he was the women fan favorite. Oh, Sky Moore. Oh, look at Sky. But he just ain't producing on the field. He can still be the mascot to recruit our female fans, but as far as getting on that field, he ain't produced in 3 years. Matter of fact, he has not progressed. He's digressed or digressed, I should say. Yeah. So,
yeah.
All right, y'all ready? If you're ready for one of my stories, one of my Chiefs stories, for you guys to tell me if it's truth or if it's false, if it's the real or if it's the lie, y'all tell the story in the chat. Go ahead. Put tell the story in the chat. If I don't see tell the story come up in the chat, at least 3 of y'all want to hear this story. Come on. If I see it, then we'll tell the story. Until then, since that catch in the Super Bowl, that's it. And I don't even remember that. I forgot he did that. But yep, that's right. All right, that's one tell the story. Come on, can I get 2 more? Can I get 2 more? Want to hear my story? Come on, ask me to tell my story. Yeah, but man, I think Patrick will stop throwing interceptions once he gets settled. I need more than just you. There go. Lynn said, tell it. I think that once Patrick starts to trust the protection in his line, then I think he will stop throwing. All right, here we go. Last week, the story was true. Let's get ready to go to a new story. Billy, you know I played. I went down to Nolens. I had a tryout, had a workout. Go down to Nolens with a couple of fellas that was working out and trying out as well. All of a sudden, we make it down 2 lane over to Bourbon Street. And we get on Bourbon Street and we heading down into the French Quarters. And we see the place where they swinging out, swinging in. We see all the folks pointing us, trying to get us into the establishment. But it was this one place that stood out to me, Billy. I mean, man, it stood out because it had a line. I mean, a line way out. And as we got closer, man, the line looked like ballers, looked like some fine, fine women. It was an establishment that it looked like I needed to be in, and so agreed my teammates. So we walked up to the line, and we looked, and we said, man, it's already 10:45. If we get in this line, man, the club gonna be closed by the time we get up. So I told the fellas, how bad y'all really want to get into here? And they said, man, we won't go up in here. We want to make sure we have some fun before we leave this place. So I go up to the girl that's holding the sign, and I flash that winning smile, and I say, hey, how you doing? You own this, or why we talking chopping it up. And so she was like, oh, the XYZ. Well, who are you? I said, oh, you know, we down here, we playing ball. Oh, you an athlete. Oh, you play ball, you play football. Now, all of a sudden, everybody's head hear football, and they look at the three of us. Now, don't get it twisted. The Saints, they just got finished playing, so they don't know who we are. We walk up to the line. They like, y'all the three football players? Yeah. What's y'all names? Well, Billy, the same one I got mistaken for in the story last week was the same and first name that came to my mind this time. I said, my name is Dale Carter.
Yep.
Sorry, Dale. But I had more hair than had the hat turned around. I said, my name is Dale Carter. My homeboy said, my name is Jerome Woods. And the other one said, my name is Reggie Tongue. Oh, y'all the Chiefs play. Come on in. What y'all doing down here, man? We finished playing. We coming down here to kick it. We trying to get away. We got a bye week. So we get up in there and they set us to the side. We getting attention. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all from the Kansas City Chiefs, we got Jerome Woods. We got Reggie Tongue and Dale Carter. Show them some down south love. Oh, man, we getting love. They sending bottles over. Oh, Lord, have mercy. We getting all kind of, I almost said what we was getting, but I can't say it because I'm saved now. But, yeah, we was getting all the attention that we wanted to get, that we needed to get. They sending bottles over, and then Billy, all of a sudden, on the TV, it says, what will the Chiefs do now that cornerback Dale Carter goes down with a fractured forearm? Oh, you got to be kidding me. Shut the front door, man. By the time everybody looked up at that TV and said, whoa, Dale down here. I didn't see no cast. By the time they turned around, I was gone. I done had me about $250 worth of free booze. I done had me all the attention, pocket full of phone numbers as I could possibly get. But was that story true or false? Y'all tell me in the comments, was that story true? Was that story false? Did I go to New Orleans? Did I get into the club free? Did I get put behind the velvet rope because they thought I was a Kansas City Chiefs with two other Kansas City Chiefs? Did I get $250 worth of Cristal or the what was the other one back then? Moet.
Moet.
Yeah, Moet. Did I get all kind of athletic attention because they thought I was somebody popular, or did I just lie off the hair of my chinny chin chin? Y'all tell me. We got one false. Come on now. Do 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 do. All right, Billy. I want you to go ahead and I want you to talk over something for a second, and I'm going to let y'all know in just a second if this was true or false. We got a couple of people that said false. Go ahead, Billy. I'll be back.
Good evening, y'all. Hey, so I'm gonna say I'm not gonna touch it, but it sounds like it could be true, but then there's some things there that sound like it can be pretty false. I'm not gonna touch it because I'm very familiar with some of the stories, but also I'm familiar with my boy. So I'm not gonna mess with it. But since it's such a funny story, I'm hoping somebody sways the way where I know what I believe it to be. You know, he has a great sense of humor and a great mind and some good stories. So y'all let us know who y'all feel, if y'all feel it's a yay or a nay, if it's true or not. The other thing is, thank you to everyone who is tapped in and those saying what's up. We actually having a really good time doing this, these last few weeks. We've had a lot of people come on, and for those out there right now who are watching, you might have a different team that you love, and we might play against you. So we're hoping that when that time comes, if you don't agree with the Chiefs, or you don't like the platform, I mean, not the platform, but you don't like what they're doing or whatever that is, let us know. We would love to see what you're talking about as far as your team, whatever your team is. And it helps us also so that we can get some background on how you see it as far as the games and how it's called. So anyway, it looked like DL's back.
All right. Can y'all see that right there? Can y'all see that?
It's a little rough because it's fading in and out because of your background at green.
Background. What about now?
You do it.
But can y'all see that just a little bit, just enough?
Anything that's green or close to it is going to make it. It's going to make your background. It's going to drop it out.
What about? Can y'all see that just a little bit?
No. What you might have to do is you might have to.
I can see it. Y'all can't see that picture. They said a little. They said a little. So
just a little.
In this picture here, remember when I told you about the girl that was holding the sign, and I said, "Are you going into there, or are you working in there?" That was her. These are some of the young ladies that once they heard pro football player wanted to take pictures with the police. I mean, with the pro football player. As y'all can see, they got the beads and everything. We were in New Orleans.
Can't hardly see, man.
Huh?
You can't really see it because it's.
Well, they said a little bit, so that's why I'm trying to explain.
Yeah, but it's really shiny, and then it's faded because of your green.
Can y'all see that? I can see it.
Okay, well, as long as you can see it, I guess that's cool.
No, they the ones that need to see it. So, those are the peoples that I told y'all that. So the story is true. You, sir, are a man. Stories are true. We went down, and I have a bunch more pictures from that night, and that's back when we had the box Polaroids.
Yeah.
Where you had to crank the little wheel in the back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so the club was actually a gentleman's club, and gentleman club, they hear pro ball players and they get excited. So they probably was telling everybody, "Girl, we got some KC Chiefs, we got some NFL players out there," and they just sent everything that they wanted to send. And we contributed to a couple of college funds that night, Billy, and so they had no reason. They had no reason not to believe what we were saying until all of a sudden the real dude come up on TV and then broke his.
Right.
No cell phones back. That's right. That's how we was able to do a whole lot of what we did. How was the chicken wings? Marvelous. Let me tell you, impeccable. It was the hardest decision to make to get up and run out because I still had about 3 of my 12 wings left. So Lynn, thank you so much for asking about that. When you said pocket full of numbers, I knew it was true. Thank God for deliverance, Billy. Thank God for deliverance.
Yes, sir.
I done rolled y'all out a couple of true stories. So you never know when that false one is coming up. And I may just hit y'all with a couple of more true, or I just might lie to y'all. 2 truths and a lie. Y'all got to watch out for the new book coming out. Sitting here telling lies, speaking the truth. I got a book. I'm working on the book. Sitting here telling lies, speaking the truth. So yeah, that was the truth. So last week, Lynn, you wasn't here, but last week I told the story about when I met up with Dale Carter, Neil Smith, Kevin Ross, Chris Penn, all of them over at Niecy's when Niecy's was over off of Eastwood Traffic Way, and how Mr. Perry fronted on me at first, and then how he made it up to me. And then when I got into the club, a lady thought I was there and threw a drink in my face, but I didn't, I just left it there. But yeah, so far, 2 truths, no lie. 2 truths, no lie. Yeah. Yeah, that's back when the Chiefs couldn't win because they was tired the day of the game.
Was playing, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I got a real, man, traumatic story about the Harris house and the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. So definitely. So yeah, Billy, man, we are 4-0.
Yeah,
We're at the top. We at the top. We making sure we are making a great run for the three-peat. It looks as though we may be able to take care of business. And if we keep taking care of business, then we looking like we should. We got next Monday night, we in prime time against the New Orleans Saints right here in Arrowhead. So the Kingdom is going to be rocking. Friday's going to be red. Sunday going to be loud. And we're going to be here with a pregame and a postgame because, you know, a lot of times when we are in the week and the games is late, we do the pre-show. And
right.
then I might come on by myself and do the post show. But yeah, man, I wonder, let me try to look up here NFL Week 4 games. And we can get out of here after that. Let's see. NFL Week 4.
No, I'm gonna have to cut out now because I'm on this. I got another
one.
But
all right.
Man, hey, appreciate you, bro. Hey, appreciate y'all for tapping in. And we're gonna see you next. We're gonna see y'all next week with another win.
Week. That's right. Salute.
Oh,
Billy Bird, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Bird. All right, y'all. Before we get out of here right now, the Baltimore Ravens are up 7-0 in the first quarter against the Buffalo Bills. And I believe the Buffalo Bills have the ball 1st and 10 at the Baltimore Ravens 33. Of course, the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Los Angeles Chargers 17-10. The Patriots, they got it handed to them 30 to let me see what that was. 30. They done switch it around on me. Let's go on back up here to the top. All right. This jumped around real quick. All right, Cowboys beat the Giants 2015. The Bengals won by 10. I was hoping they lose because I love it when the Bengals 34-24 in North Carolina as the Panthers folded 34-24 to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Falcons squeezed out a 2-point win over the New Orleans Saints in Atlanta, winning 26-24. The Houston Texans beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 24-20. The Jets couldn't get it done against them doggone donkeys of Denver. Broncos win 10-1. That sounds like a baseball score, but it was the NFL. The Vikings go up to Lambeau Field and pull out a sack victory, 2-point victory, 31-29. And the Pittsburgh Steelers get their first loss of the season to the Indianapolis Colts 27-24. The Bears beat the Rams 24-18. Buccaneers smear the Eagles 33-16. And the 49ers put their work in on the New England Patriots 30-13. And the Commanders dog walked the Arizona Cardinals 42-14. Well, again, we are sitting pretty 4-0. It makes these post-game shows easier to do. No, we're not perfect. No, we're not running like the well-oiled machine I know a lot of us wish and want us to look like, but a win is a win, baby. And we are getting more wins than a lot of other teams that's supposed to rival us. So, hey, man, thank y'all so much. And y'all make sure that y'all catch me tomorrow. I got a surprise. Guest host for Marsh Media News Update. We're going to be talking about more charges against the Dittler. Yeah, Sean Puffy Combs has more charges coming out. So we're going to talk about that. Plus, we got some more news. We're also going to talk about the sadness. Man, it's hard for me to do, but about the unfortunate execution of Mr. Williams. We probably touch on that a little bit, touch on the storms in Atlanta. But I ain't going to tell y'all everything we're going to talk about because I want y'all to come in and allow us 10:30 a.m. to help you through your work morning. You know, if you watch the Marsh Media News Update, it'll help you keep your hands off that coworker that think they're your boss and they really don't be coming to work doing no work. Yeah. All right. So, man, till the next time, I appreciate y'all for joining us, for coming in, for keeping us company. And we just thank y'all. Till next time, appreciate y'all.